Now that you've received your DS 2019 form, it's time to attend your visa interview at the U.S. Embassy. Going for your visa interview can be a nerve-wracking experience. Follow these steps so when you arrive at the embassy, you will be confident and ready to interview. Before you're able to visit the embassy, you'll first have to schedule your visa appointment and complete the DS 160 application. Check out the tips and instructions in this DS 160 video. Gather the required documents. Once your interview is scheduled, it's time to gather your documents. Bringing all the required documents to the embassy or consulate is the most important thing you can do to ensure your interview goes smoothly. Most embassies will cancel your appointment if you have not brought all your documents with you. It is vital that you also read the requirements listed on the website for the U.S. Embassy where you will be applying, as these requirements are subject to change and may vary by location. At a minimum, though, you'll need to bring the following documents to your interview. First, you'll need your original DS 2019 form sent to you by Interexchange. When you receive your package containing this document, please review it to make sure there are no errors and then sign it. For participants of the Career Training USA program, you will need to bring your DS 7002 Training Internship Placement Plan with you to the embassy too. Next, you'll need your DS 160 confirmation page. When you submitted the DS 160 visa application online, you should have been shown a page confirming your submission. Print a copy of this page and bring it with you to the interview. You'll also need to print a copy of your SEVIS fee payment receipt. Interexchange sent instructions for accessing this receipt in your acceptance email. For Camp USA participants, Interexchange takes care of this for you. The embassy will also require you to bring either one 5x5 centimeter color photograph taken within the past 6 months or upload a photo in advance. Confirm the instructions for the embassy where you will be applying. Additionally, you may be asked for supplemental documentation, including proof of funds for the duration of your stay in the U.S., as well as proof of home ties. The J-1 visa is a temporary non-immigrant visa, so the consular official will likely ask you to discuss or show proof of your intention to return home after your program. If you're a current student, you can bring a letter from your school showing that you need to return home to continue taking courses to finish your degree. If you are no longer in school, we recommend bringing a copy of a job offer you've received for when you return home, proof of property ownership, or an acceptance letter for a new degree program in your home country that you plan to begin after completing your exchange program. If none of these documents can be provided, try to document close family ties and be prepared to discuss specific plans for what you will do upon returning to your home country after your J-1 program. Whether you're asked to show proof of home ties can vary greatly from embassy to embassy, but you should have this documentation with you so that you will be prepared to present it if requested. Finally, don't forget to bring your current passport, which should be valid for at least 6 months after your program end date. Day of your interview. You've gathered all of your documents, and now the day of your interview has arrived. Remember to dress nicely. You don't need to wear a suit, but it is highly encouraged that you wear neat, clean clothes, since first impressions can mean a lot. We also recommend arriving at the embassy early. You may want to bring along some water, a snack, and a book, as there can sometimes be long waits. Please note, however, that you will need to go through a security screening upon arrival at the embassy or consulate, and many of them do not allow large bags or backpacks. Some require that you check your cell phone or electronic device at the entrance. Please check the visiting requirements on the embassy's website for more details on what is and is not allowed. Finally, you should plan to attend your interview alone. Do not bring along family or friends, as only those with appointments are allowed to enter the embassy or consulate. However, if you are participating in an internship or training program and plan to bring your spouse or children to the U.S. on a J-2 visa, they should accompany you to your interview. The interview. The most important thing to remember on your interview day is to be polite and honest. Once it is your turn to interview, you will usually submit your documents at one window and then be asked to move to another window or room for your interview. If your documents are in order, your interview is more likely to go smoothly and quickly. The questions our participants have been asked have varied, but you should be prepared to answer questions about your exchange program, your qualifications, and your plans for when you return home. Some of the questions participants have been asked in the past include, what will you be doing in the U.S.? Tell us about any previous visits to the U.S. What are your plans for when you return home after your program? After the interview, the consular official will typically let you know whether your J-1 visa will be granted. If you've been successful, the embassy will generally keep your passport and other documentation. They will return your passport to you within 5 to 7 business days with your J-1 visa sticker inside. If the embassy kept your DS 2019 as well, please remember to get this back from them as you will need it to enter the U.S. Please let InterExchange know if you haven't received your passport and DS 2019 form within 7 business days of your interview. If your interview was not successful, the consular official will let you know that your visa request has been denied. They will generally provide you with a letter stating the reason for the denial, but you should also ask the consular official for the reason before you leave the interview. They will also let you know if you have the option to reapply. If your visa is denied, please let InterExchange know as soon as possible. Depending on the reason for your denial, you may be able to try to reapply. InterExchange will discuss your options with you and provide instructions on attending a second visa interview if you decide to apply again. We hope this information is helpful as you prepare for your J-1 visa interview at the embassy. With just a bit of preparation, you will be on the path to having a successful visa interview and receiving your J-1 visa. Once you have your visa, finalize your travel arrangements and get ready to head to the USA.